well. Everyone that's going to be affected by the snow, I wish you best of luck in this. It's going to start getting cold really quick into the weekend. Today we got a lucky day of low 50s. So I have ordered some things earlier in the week and they're starting to come. I hope the few more things I have that are supposed to arrive will before it snows. So that'll be fun. But I got the tires today. These are Mickey Thompson's ET Street SS, whereas the other ones were the R's. Okay, so really quick, I got a vacuum tester today and I put it on the 70, the new carburetor. And I didn't run the car today. I just let it idle up for a moment in the garage. I didn't let it get really hot or anything, but I got a reading of like 5.5. And then, you know, the cam idle, it went up to like 7 3/4-ish. Anyway, I did some research, trying to learn about differences in carburetors and whatnot. And, you know, a bigger cam, you're going to have less vacuum at idle. So I called the company to set the carburetor up to the specs for the car, and I ran it by them, because this does have a little bit different idle. It's more of a, it's got even more of a chop to it than the 670 on it, that was on it. So I told him the number, and he wanted the duration, probably not saying the duration of the cam, and I told him, and he said, yeah, you're gonna have a really low vacuum, and you're also gonna have a low vacuum because this carburetor is running richer, whereas the other carburetor, especially like how they set them up back in the day, they were leaner, so you would get more vacuum at idle. But for this, it's a little bit richer, and that's why it's got a little bit more of that chop going on. And I explained, well, he asked me questions and I explained to him how the car was running at idle and drive. You know, you just put the car in drive or reverse, and like taking off and getting into full throttle, no problems, you know, none of the issues that you would have if you had too big of a carburetor. And I told him it was all good, and he said, yeah. He said that's what it is. It's running a little richer than what you're used to, and it's the big cam causing the low vacuum. So double check that with him. It's running great. He told me not to mess with anything because they set it up for you. You know, you give everything about the car to them, and they do, I think they call it a wet test. And so we're good. And you got these tires that are going to go on the 69. I kind of wish I had got these. I like this tread pattern for the 70. These are, like I said, SS. The other ones are R's. We'll see the difference in how they handle. I really like how meaty these tires are. And you can feel, I mean, you can tell they got some, they got some bite to them. So I'm really excited to see how they work. And like I said, I got a few more things coming for the 70 specifically. They're going to be really nice. Hopefully they'll... Okay, I had a brief interruption. I ran out of space, so really quickly, I'm sending off here. If I get the new things before the snowstorm, I may make an update sooner than later with that. And we'll go from here. Thanks for watching, and I hope everyone does well if they're affected by this cold weather and snow. And can't wait for spring. Peace.